Greetings and salutations, loyal crew. My name is Skipper the 14th, and welcome back to another episode of the Test of Time Metaseries. In the last episode, we wrapped up Arabia's first game in Civ 3 with a scientific victory, and we went so hard the game crashed. In reality, it's just because Civ 3 is old and it tried to play a cutscene and it just couldn't handle it, so it crashed. We won't have that problem with this game, though. We're playing Civ 4 now as Arabia, and I gotta say, Arabia in Civ 4, pretty mid. Probably on like the lower tier of Civs in this game. First of all, our starting technologies, Mysticism and the Wheel, quite possibly the worst starting tech combo in this game. Because with these two, you cannot improve any tiles. You have absolutely no resources you can make use of without researching something. Mysticism, you get monuments, crap. Stonehenge, crap. Nothing else. With the Wheel, you get roads. Yay! Roads are useless unless you have resources to connect with them. It leads to pottery, eventually, which is, a necessary technology, and you can build chariots once you have horses, which require animal husbandry. So, yeah. Terrible, terrible starting tech combo. Probably the worst starting techs in the game. So we're off to a great start. We have one leader to pick from, Saladin. He has a really good trait in spiritual. You get no anarchy when swapping civics or religions. So you can just swap, willy-nilly. You can only swap things once per turn, so you can't just swap back and forth infinitely. But when you get a new civic you want, you don't have to wait for a golden age or wait for a period where you're not doing a lot. You can just instantly switch. You also get cheaper temples, but temples are already so cheap that's kind of moot. But then we go down here to protective, which is the worst trait in the game. It's not bad, it's not detrimental, but it's just kind of like a dead slot, like a dud trait, because it's purely defensive. I touched on this in previous episodes. It's just a purely defensive, it's only of any use to you when your cities are being attacked by enemy forces. And it's just that's the only time it's ever relevant. And it doesn't help you build up your economy, it doesn't help you take over other people's territory, it doesn't really help you gain victory. It just kind of helps you stave off defeat, which is, it's not bad, but it's not what you want, really. It's not going to help you win the game. It's going to help you survive. Our unique building, the Madrasa, it replaces the library. Compared to the regular library, it gives 2 extra culture, which is pretty nice. And you also get 2 priest specialist slots. These are pretty mid. They give pretty mediocre yields. And great prophet points are nowhere near as good as great scientist points, especially early on in the game. Even if you found a religion, unless you're really focusing on religious play, then that's not great. Then we have the Camel Archer, their unique unit. It replaces the Knight. It has the same kind of basic combat stats as the Knight: 10 strength, 2 movement, 90 hammers. But what makes the Camel Archer special is that it can withdraw from combat. So if it's losing a fight, it has a 50% chance to escape with its life instead of just dying. Because remember, in Civ 3 and 4, every fight between 2 units is a fight to the death. It doesn't stop until one of them dies or until certain ones retreat. The basic Knight does not have that ability. And also, the Camel Archer does not require horses or iron. So if you get stuck on kind of a poor start, you don't have any horses or any iron, you can still build knights and roll over somebody who does. The only caveat there is that because this is a Camel Archer, you can see he has the bow in his hand. You do also have to research archery instead of just on top of guilds and horseback riding. So a little bit of a give and take. As a unique unit, it's not bad. It's more of a side grade to the Knight than just a straight up upgrade. Makes it a little easier to mass because you don't need to worry about resources if you get screwed over and don't have any horses or have any iron, or God forbid you don't have either. You can still build these. Like I said, you could take over horses and iron from somebody who does have them, then upgrade them into cuirassiers, really. But compared to the other unique knight in the game, the Byzantine Cataphract, the Cataphract gets 2 extra combat strength, making it as strong as the previously mentioned cuirassier. But it's available earlier. Same price as the knight, so it's not like any more expensive. The only thing, like the downside to the Cataphract over the knight, is that it doesn't get the immunity to first strikes. But that's honestly not really that big of a deal. From what I understand, first strikes are like not necessarily something to be worried about. So yeah, not like the best knight in the game, but still pretty good, still decent, perfectly usable. Also good if you get in kind of a tight spot. But yeah, overall, pretty mid. Horrible starting techs. You know, one good trait, one bad. Mediocre unique building. To be fair, not a lot of the unique buildings in this game are really that noteworthy. Molly's is good. You know, the forge that gives you extra gold. Inca's is totally broken. A granary that basically gives you the extra culture of a library. You know, Dutch, the levy that gives you production on like coastal tiles as well as on tiles next to a river. Aztecs, you know, the courthouse that gives you less anger from whipping. But like not a lot of these are like really all that much to write home about anyway. So having like a mediocre unique building is kind of whatever. You know, it's still better than the Roman Forum, and it is a replacement of a building you're going to be building everywhere anyway. So having a library like you're already going to be building in all of your core cities, having one that's just slightly better is, hey, you know, nothing to sneeze at. It's not like you have to. It's not like you're going out of your way to build a building that you would never build under normal circumstances anyway. So the game plan for this series, we are finally actually going domination. Since, you know, the best thing about Arabia is their unique unit, which is, you know, a knight. And knight rushing is probably is one of the more popular, from what I understand, methods of, you know, achieving a domination victory. And I did cheat you all out of a domination victory with the England game because I was playing on a archipelago map, and I just couldn't be asked ferrying, you know, military units across the ocean, and really it was just too hard for my little pea brain. So we're gonna go domination this game. We're gonna whip up a huge army of camel archers, some trebuchets, and just roll over the rest of the world. And since we don't need to worry about having horses or iron in our territory when we do it, it'll be a little easier. So without any further falderall, let us just, get right into it. All right, let's take a look at our start, and it is interesting. Oh boy. So we're on a big river. That's nice. We got a lot of floodplains, so we're certainly gonna have a lot of food early on. Don't necessarily have to worry about any food resources, because but I don't immediately see any luxuries, which could be a trouble. Oh, and there's even more food over here with some corn next to a lake, so that's wet corn as well. It's kind of fitting that as Arabia we start kind of near a desert. There's some wine down there, which is nice. Let's just settle in place. Oh, we got some silk, some even more food. Wow, look at all this food. That's insane. Look at that. We got 2 wet corns. We got a pig. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 floodplain tiles and an oasis. Yeah. Food is gonna be no object in this game. Good grief. Let's just start right off with agriculture. And we have some for luxuries. We have silk, which is fairly well. It's not late into the game, but it's gonna take a while to get there. And wine, which is not gonna take quite as long as the silk will, but we're definitely gonna be. Oh, here we go. Here's some ivory. That's easy to get. Pretty painless. map. Looks like, oh, there's France up there. Hopefully that's not Louis. Having a creative neighbor is going to be very annoying. Alright, we got some sugar, more calendar resources, got jungle, some dyes. Again, more calendar resources. Calendar is going to be very important for us moving forward, but yeah. Aside from that, I think we're going to be leaning very heavily on hereditary rule for happiness. Oh, and we found Hatshepsut of Egypt. I almost said Italy. Egypt. She came down from that away. It's a nice sign because she tends to be a bit of a pushover. Doesn't focus a lot on building a big military, so hopefully she'll be easy pickings. Got some cow. It's alright. Mining. Straight into bronze working. Be nice if we had some copper, but we don't really need it. Ooh, some marble. I feel like building some wonders later. Don't see why we would. Worker. Yeah, happiness is going to be a problem. Because we don't have a lot of luxuries to work with right off the bat. We have a lot of food. At the very least, we have plenty of whippage to work with. There's some furs down there. Oh, yep. Egypt is right here. So, she might be our first target. Like I said, she has to be a bit of a pushover. Has to focus more on culture and wonders and such over not getting killed. Or even overdoing the killing herself. Alright, we do have some copper, which is nice. I think I'm gonna go hunting. Kind of an unorthodox next pick, but I want the ivory. Need any and all luxuries we can get. Squeeze every drop of happiness we can out of this empire. Now we go for pottery. For cottages and libraries. Ooh, that looks like Aztecs. Yeah. Boy, they're gonna be fun to deal with. Oh, thank goodness, it's not Louis. It's Charles de Gaulle. Alright, Hattie and Monty already hate each other because they're different religions. Oh, and we got William. Another not very military focused guy. In fact, a friend of the channel, Henrik, has termed the coin. I don't know if he was the one who originally came up with it, but at the very least, he introduced me to the phrase WIllem Syndrome, where a player goes for pretty much like delays like important military tasks, especially rifling, just for really no good reason. Just like keeps putting it off for like so long that they end up paying for it. Go for all like the industrial and cultural texts instead. Go for writing. Then I think after writing we are gonna do our usual beeline straight for monarchy, because we need hereditary rule. We need to get happiness somehow. Oh, and Inca. They're definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with. In terms of planning out cities, I'm going to put one here for this corn and also for the wine. It'll need a border expand for that, but it's better to have the food in the first rank than the luxury. I put a city here for the ivory. I can share the floodplain and the oasis with Mecca here. Take a little bit of the, like, all the extra food pressure off. Put like another city here-ish for the copper. I could settle it on top of the copper, but then it would lose out on the cow. It would get the dye. So yeah, maybe we do that. But there. Could settle the city here for the cow. Also get the marble. Wouldn't be a great city, but you know, mediocre city is better than a terrible city. Put like another city here on the coast. The pig. Take a few of the like high food tiles off of Mecca as well. You know, maybe figure out a city down here for the furs. later on. Probably after we wipe out Egypt. I think first and foremost we're going to settle here for the ivory. So we can get at least a little bit of happiness. It's a bit earlier to start building cottages, but I don't really want to chop any of the woods yet. Partly because they'll give us some extra health to cover a lot of the unhealthiness we're going to get from both all the floodplains and from the high pop we're going to get. And also because, you know, we can rush production with whippage. We can turn all this food into extra production. We don't necessarily need to chop out all the woods for the production bonuses. And obviously, if we do get, we do end up getting horses and iron anyway, that's still fine. You know, it's just not a necessity, and it would be it would help us if we what am I trying to say? If we decide to upgrade, like if we need to upgrade into cuirassiers or even cavalry later in the game, it would still help. I think we'll just go right into another settler. Yeah. Prevent Mecca from getting too big too fast. Alright. Oh, there's more copper down there. Still no food, though. Let's see. Yeah, I think we just make a beeline straight for monarchy. Get the, get predatory rule as fast as we can. Because if we're not going to get a lot of happiness from luxuries, then we can at least get a lot of happiness from cheap military units. We can chop a few woods. Get our early infrastructure out. We could also settle here, get that rice. I'd piss off Charlie, but honestly, we're going to go after him anyway, so who cares? Some more marble. Meditation. Oh, no, looks like Charlie beat us to that spot, so no biggie. Like I said, we're going to go after him anyway, so we just need enough, like, territory to... just need enough cities to start off with to build up a huge doom stack of our camel archers. Okay, next spot... yeah, why don't we... I think I'll settle here. Granary. Actually, no. Booger. Totally forgot. Should be building another worker here. Yep, that's fine. Get a few trade routes with them, maybe, before we destroy them. And give you peace. Let's just go straight into the granary. Looks like Hatshepsut's gonna spread her religion to us, which would be nice. Be good to have a little bit of extra culture and happiness. Looks like she's going for Mecca first, though. Yeah, I think... when a Kabaks... oh no, Monty's the one who founded the other religion. Oh. May have been a mistake to make him an enemy so early on, but... yeah, I think the benefits of having a state religion will be... will outweigh that a little bit, at least. Hopefully. Famous last words. I'm sure. Whip out the granary. Before we build the madrasa here, let's get one more city out. Alright, Hinduism in Medina. I could be very cheeky and get the Oracle here. Really decent production. Yeah. If nothing else, we'll get some fail gold. I think after monarchy... after monarchy, I want to go... probably currency. Can pick up horseback riding a little later. Can you please build a madrasa so you can get some culture? Alright, classical era. let's get hereditary rule immediately. I think I'll get calendar with the Oracle. I normally like to get civil service, but I haven't quite teched for that yet. One more worker. This city. Baghdad. Yeah, you do granary first, then madrasa. Wow. WIllem converts to Buddhism, so he's not going to be too pleased with us either. Again, I think he's pretty far enough away that we need to worry too terribly much about him.
Are you sure about that?
His opinions. Yeah, unfortunately we can't build any more cheap workers because I settled Baghdad on the copper. So can at least build axemen. If Monty comes after us, we can counter his jaguars. I think I'll pre-road over to that city spot. We eventually decide to settle over there. Yeah, it's maintenance is starting to add up a little bit, so let's cool it with the expansion for now, until we get to currency at least. This is for fishing, sounds fine. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. Ah, someone built the Oracle. We were pretty close to it too, but that's what happens. Oh, looks like Queen Kapak got it because he got Confucianism. Build up some military units, both for the happiness and also for making people less likely to pounce on us. Mine hooked up. Fine. Not really in a position to be like standing up for ourselves. Still a little weak militarily. We'll get there. Queen Kapak officially does not like us. Which very much sounds like his problem. I think after currency, we're probably going to go for ironworking to clear out these jungles. Then after that, probably calendar to get this dye. Alright, currency. Awesome. A few rows to help units get around. Let's see. I can get animal husbandry in one turn, somehow. Let's see. I think ironworking to clear the jungles. Calendar for our calendar resources. So archery and horseback riding. Then we can go to engineering and code of laws. Get courthouses. Service, and then over to guilds. It'd be worth it to start building like some chariots, or even horse archers, so we could upgrade them to camel archers later. As I see, we do indeed have some horses up here near Medina. Let's build a few more cities now that we have currency and get the extra trade routes. Finish up our plan to get these two. It's a fancy civilization. We're kind of behind in tech, but hopefully with all this commerce from the floodplains and so we do have iron. Cool. But what was I saying? Yeah, hopefully with all this extra commerce we're getting with the floodplains and such, we can catch up. Well, Egypt's got her war chariots. Thankfully she likes us, so. Oh, and De Gaulle does too, because he went Hinduism as well. So at least have some friends. A little bit. Oh boy. Gee, I wonder what he's planning to do with all that.
Oh no.
Yep. All right. So much for WIllem Syndrome, I guess, huh? It's gonna be a bit rough. Oh. I was thinking he might take that city, but doesn't look like he did. Yeah, it looks like his offensive pretty quickly stalled. Alright. How about you hang back a little bit. As do you. 0.7%, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna forego hooking up that iron. Amount to a whole hill of beans. Yeah, you better run. Calendar, alright. Gives us both Mausoleum of Halicarnassus and plantations. Unfortunately, Mecca doesn't have a lot of production. Get down to 45 turns. Can you build it? 73 turns, yeah. Archery. Even more defensive prowess. Oh, Monty declared on WIllem. Oh yeah, because they're different religions too. Kufa. I think you build the madrasa first so you can get the border pop. Yeah, I should at the very least keep WIllem busy. Finally hook up the silks here. And this dye as well. Oh, time to turn on the text slider. Not paying attention. Great Lighthouse has been built. Ah, buggers. Once again, I forgot to wait to hook up Najran to the rest of the trade network until it was done with its warrior, so I could get that done quickly. Just whip it out. Use a little overflow production to build granary. Not a lot of overflow, but something. Now the new worst enemy of WIllem was Monty. Monty's the new worst enemy of WIllem. Was you. Alright. WIllem can't make up his mind on who he hates more. More's the pity for him, I guess. Alright. We're making pretty decent pace with tech, all things considered. Is WIllem interested? No. Alright. Figured with Monty breathing down his neck, he might be more amenable to backing off, but evidently not. Speaking of Monty, we're probably going to go after him first with our stacks. Once we get like all the way down to guilds, that is. Maybe we can start building stables. So for cities that don't have anything else to do. In prep for when we get to our camel archers. All of these in for math, sure. Wow, that is almost impressively bad there, Hattie, but you do you, girl, I guess. Alright. Still looks more happiness and commerce. Always nice to have. Monty's gonna have, like I said, like right here or here or something. Sure, the marching sound, I thought WIllem would come back, but I think that was us building the stable. I actually don't know where WIllem is. It's very far away. That much is for certain. Alright, metal casting. Gives us forges and workshops. There we go. Trasa, please, Neshran. Very good. Kufa got its first row back. No, I'm not. They're my neighbors and my friends. I'm not gonna just abandon them. Besides, you're farther away from me than they are, so. Farther away from me than they are, so. I'm gonna go toss what you think, frankly. Makes me for horseback riding. Sure, and some money. Didn't even realize I hadn't gotten to that yet. A bit embarrassing. Someone made peace with someone. Can check. Yeah, WIllem and Monty made peace. So I wonder. He'll give us 50 gold for peace. That sounds good. Alright. Swore I wasn't going to do much anyway. I think going after Monty first makes sense. Because he's big and a threat and a jerk. And close. Geographically, at least. In the medieval era, there's machinery. That gives us water mills and crossbows, I think. Oh, Christianity. Someone got theology, I think is the tech that gives you that. How many techs are we? Oh, of course. Construction, then engineering. Code of laws, civil service, guilds. Yeah. Alright. I was thinking I might end the episode when we get to guilds, but that's definitely too far away. So, pre-building horse archers might not necessarily be the best plan. because it's going to be pretty expensive to upgrade them into the camel archers. But they will at least give us like something, and if nothing else, we can use them when we like take the fight to Monty. Just add them onto the forces. Wait, that's Inca. That's where he is. Okay, so I thought he was up here somewhere. That's where Willem is. Yeah. Alright. Point is down there somewhere. If I can get open borders. No. Hates me too much. Yeah, sure. Alright, if I could peace vassal Hattie. She has 6 cities, so she's not doing like terribly, but she's kind of low on the food chain. Score-wise, at least. Alright, there's Mausoleum of Gonzalez, so if and when we get a golden age, it will last longer. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, we got a great scientist. Immediately with an academy in Medina. Get us even more beakers. Or beakers is more gooder. Well, we'll buy silence for now, but these guys, just to see what we're dealing with. Not will give us gems. He's got a lot of axemen. So, oh, that's right. We can build war elephants too because we have ivory. We've got ourselves a lot of options. Maybe we could build up a few catapults. We don't necessarily need trebuchets. We should build barracks in these cities first. Might be able to... Oh, yep, now he's got his unique unit. Oh no, those are just spearmen. Okay. He's got a few jaguars. So... Oh, he's got ivory too, so we could go elephants if he wanted. 6 cities, that's 4 we've found so far. Let's see... Oh, Monty does have elephants. Okay. Yeah. That's good. That's definitely going to be a problem. I think we will have to wait till we get our camel archers before we go after him, because those are gonna tear up pretty much everything we have. Like before then, they're certainly gonna tear through any horse archers we try to throw at them. But I think I'm gonna call this episode. Actually, let's wait till we finish engineering. Get a nice little, milestone. Like a better word. Nah, I don't need monotheism. Now that we've got engineering, we have kind of our plan for how to deal with Monty. So we found 5 of his 6 cities. We don't necessarily need to take all of the cities, we just need to take enough for him to capitulate, become our vassal. But yeah, now that we've researched engineering, we kind of have our plan going. We're gonna wait till we get to guilds, get up a big army of camel archers, trebuchets, hopefully take out Monty without too much issue, because he's got war elephants, which are very good against pretty much everything in their, like, pretty much all of their contemporaries. But yeah, hopefully that won't go too terribly, but even if it does, we'll just keep going at it until we eventually win. Then I think after that we'll go after Huayna Capac, because he's like right nearby. Then maybe we'll go after when we eventually find a bull, and we'll go after him too, just petty revenge. But yeah, if you liked what you saw so far, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Doing all those things tells the magical YouTube algorithm guys that you like what I do and you want more people to see it. Also, if you'd like to support the channel more directly, I have a Ko-fi page that you can donate $1, $5, $10 a month to. Those go directly to me, and they help me make these videos even more better and faster for your viewing entertainment. All that out of the way, as always, be good, stay safe, and I'll see you all next time.